Hi, welcome to Making a Better Me Day 135 update. Today was a Tuesday, but before I get into today, there was something I forgot to mention yesterday in my video, and I think it's really important. I'd like to talk about it for a minute. The other thing I'm going to say is hi to Mika. Mika's here lying with me. I know you can't see her because she's lying down and she's out of the frame of the video, but she's visiting with me tonight. It's kind of nice to have her close by. Mika had a good vet appointment tonight, and I'll talk about that again too in a minute. But yesterday, when I came out of work, getting ready to go home, I noticed there was a piece of paper under my windshield wiper. So as I got over to the car, I picked up the piece of paper and I took a look at it, and it had a name and a bunch of numbers and I think an address or a phone number or something. Phone number, I guess. I don't know if there was an address. And a note saying, I'm really sorry, I'm a new driver, blah, 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 and here's my information. So I thought, okay, my car's been hit. And I looked at the front driver's side bumper, and there was a bunch of white on it. And I thought, oh, okay, she ran into me here. So I took a look at it, and I was like, this really isn't that bad. There was a little tiny crack in the fender, nothing compared to the crack in the fender on the other side that my own daughter did when she was a new driver. So I get home and I thought, well, let's take a wet rag, and see what wipes off. So I wiped off, and almost all of the white came off. There were a couple of slightly worse marks, and like I said, a very small crack in the bumper. And I thought, you know what, this is fine. If I was a jerk, I probably could have said, oh wow, I'm getting a free new bumper because someone's paying for this. Ha ha ha. Boy oh boy, I'm gonna get it good. And that thought never really crossed my mind. The bumper's already damaged far worse than that. Not that it's horribly bad, but it is damaged slightly, and you know what? It passed inspection the way it is, and I'm not overly worried about it. It doesn't affect the way the car drives. It doesn't affect the car's safety. It doesn't affect really much of anything other than a real minor bit of appearance. So I called the number, and I got to speak to the young girl's mother. The young girl wasn't available, and I told the mother, I said, you know what? I said, tell her not to worry about it. I've had young drivers in my home, and I have 2 damaged bumpers to prove, to show for it, and there's no sense in getting too worked up about it. I said the bumper's already broken far worse than that. It's not a big concern. She seemed to be, a little bit concerned that I wasn't pursuing this, and I said, you know what? It's plastic and metal. It doesn't matter as long as everybody's safe. I said, I'm sure your car's not too bad. I'm sure that's fine. I don't really need my bumper fixed or replaced. So she said thank you, and I left it at that. But I felt kind of good about that. I thought I would think that a couple things. One is that girl was probably very nervous and upset. Her mother was probably upset with her, which maybe not necessarily. And the other thing I was thinking is how brave she was to put all that information down and leave it for me, and how responsible she was. And I think that's something that we need to, take a moment and look out for, because I've had far more damage done to my car, and nobody there to show for it, and no note or anything. They've just driven away or whatever. So I thought that that was really pretty good, and I really don't have any problem with it. So Emily, whoever you are, don't worry about it. Car is fine. Anyways, so let's talk about today. Today was Tuesday, as I mentioned. Excuse me, I have to cough a bit here. So Tuesday, as I mentioned, and I worked today. And after work today, I had a couple things going on this evening. First off, we had an appointment with Mika tonight, and second off, we went to visit my mother-in-law in the hospital. But before we got to all that, when I got back to work after lunch today, I got a phone call from my oldest daughter, Jessica. And she was a very upset girl. She was a wreck. She was bawling and crying. I said, "What's wrong?" I thought, "My God, what happened? Did she get fired from work or what?" She said, "I just finished my shift at work." And I'm trying to even make sense. I couldn't really even make sense. She was just freaking out. So she finally told me that Canada Revenue Agency had called her and they had a warrant out for her arrest and she owed them $5,000 and she was freaking out. She didn't realize that it was a scam. She has had problems with her income tax in the past, and she had some overdue bills to pay, and she got letters from them, and I think that maybe made things a little bit worse for her. That combined with the stress that she's under from her grandmother's sickness. She has been having problems with her wisdom teeth, and she's tired from working really early mornings at work. So I think all those things combined made her realize, or not realize, that that was a scam, and that she didn't really need to be concerned about it. But she called me very, very upset, and I felt bad for her. I really did, and I wish that I could take that away, and I really wish that I could do something to keep other people from falling victim to these low life that prey on people and try to manipulate people in order to steal money from them. I have no use for it, and I find it very frustrating. I am considering, I will have to sort of see how it works, but I may attempt to make a video. I may take the information that she has, maybe play the recording she had of her phone message, and possibly call these scammers and see what I can get out of them for information, so you can maybe get an idea of what you will hear when these scammers call, because they do make it sound very, very official, and they're very threatening, and that to a young person, an inexperienced person, or an old person that may not be aware, or just anybody really, that's the kind of thing that can really catch you off guard and really make you think, "Oh my God, I gotta do this, I gotta deal with this, or I'm gonna be in big trouble." So I may attempt to do a video with that either tomorrow or sometime over the weekend. I'm not 100% sure how that will work, so if I do, it'll be a bonus video, and you'll know about it because it'll be here. But anyways, if you ever get a call from Canada Revenue Agency and you're not 100% sure if it's if they're threatening that they'll throw you in jail or they have an arrest warrant, first of all, they don't deal with things that way. Canada Revenue Agency doesn't put out arrest warrants for people who have made a mistake in their taxes. Second of all, chances are that they wouldn't pressure or do anything like that or ask for information over the phone. They certainly wouldn't want anything weird payment wise. So one thing to keep in mind is if you do receive a call like that, go on the CRA website. CRA is Canada Revenue Agency if you're not sure. Go on their website and look up a number that you can call there. You'll be able to find a number there that you can call and find out that no, you're not, there's no arrest warrant out for you and there's no other thing. You can also call your local police department if you're unsure, but before you call those people, make sure you call one of those numbers and verify that yes, it is a scam. So yeah, so that was a little thing that happened today, and like I say, I would like to try to make a video about that and see if we can sort of show people what to expect when you hear a call like that. Anyways, so after work today, we headed down to Dartmouth. We had a vet appointment with Mika. She was getting another shot for that's been helping her skin. You can probably hear her snoring here beside me. she's had skin problems her whole life, and in the last few months, since December essentially, we've been giving her shots on a about 4 to 8 week period of time, and what they've done is they inhibit her scratch instinct or scratch desire, and so it has allowed her skin to come in and it's made her much more comfortable, and she's been able to put weight on, and she looks great and healthy for an old dog, and so I'm so happy we found that for her. I can't remember the name of the medication, but maybe Tamara, if you watch this video, you can leave the name of the medication in the comments. It's something point, Centro Point, or Crypto Point, or something. Anyways, I can never remember it. I'm terrible with that. So yeah, if Tamara, if you can leave that in the comments, that would be great. So after our appointment with Mika, which they were thrilled. Oh, and before our appointment with Mika, we went to Burrito Jack's, favorite stopping point, a place of mine, as you all know, and get some yummy burritos. So that was really good. After our appointment with Mika, Leanne came with us for the appointment, and the idea was that we would go visit her mother at the QE2. So we headed over to Halifax and had a visit with her mother. Now her mother is back in the ICU as of yesterday, and they're taking very good care of her. And when we get in to see her, she was much more alert, much more lively, much more animated than she was when I saw her on Sunday. Leanne said it's the best she's seen her yet. You know, some of her facts and things may have been a little bit unclear, and her memory's a little bit foggy. She couldn't remember her visit from Leanne and Jessica yesterday, but she was certainly very, very aware and awake, and you know, able to have a bit of a conversation with us tonight. So that was a really, really positive thing. And if you haven't heard or haven't watched the video, Thor had a brain aneurysm and a hemorrhage or rupture of one of the aneurysms last Tuesday in the evening. So we're very lucky that she's still with us at this point, and you know, we're hoping for continued progress, and that she will be able to recover fully from this with time and be back to her normal self. So yeah. So anyways, so that was the other big thing that happened today. So that being said, we drove home, and we got home a little bit late, so I did not get to the gym, and I didn't get a chance to do any housework around the house tonight. One thing I will say is I'm, you know, still off the pop. 6 or 7 weeks, I believe now, probably almost 7 weeks. I think it's a couple of days away from 7 weeks, but feeling, you know, really positive about that. And my back's feeling pretty good again, so that's good. So tomorrow night, just to give you sort of a preview of the rest of our week, tomorrow night we have sort of just some general checkup appointments for the 3 Border Collies over at Central Nova, which is our normal, regular, everyday vet. They're just going to get their sort of annual checkups and make sure there's nothing weird, they'll have their hearts listened to and things like that. And then Thursday, I have an appointment with Lake Health Clinic, just getting some more things done on my body and working on some things. And Friday, as far as I know, I don't think there's anything specific, but Saturday and Sunday are the Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, I guess just Nova Scotia now, Agility Regional Championships. And what that is a qualifier for nationals. So tomorrow we'll be running Blur at the Agility Regionals on Saturday and Sunday, and that's taking place at Stay and Play on Crossley Avenue in Truro. So if you're out and about and you want to see some dogs and some agility, it'd be a great place to stop and check it out. We will be there, and there'll be a lot of other great dogs and people there too. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm hoping for good weather because regionals has typically been inside, and it will be outside this year. Saturday looks really good according to the forecast right now. Sunday is still a little bit iffy, but I'm hoping that will change as we get closer. And then Monday is a holiday, so I'm not sure what our plans will be for that, but we'll wait and see. So anyways, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. I would love to have your support and know that you're enjoying my videos by letting me know that way. If you have any comments, I'd love to see them below. You know, if you have any comments about an accident you've been in, about CRA scammers, or about or scammers of any kind for that matter, or about you know, brain aneurysms or sick parents, things like that, feel free to share that. Would love to hear from you in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would really love to have your support. It helps me to keep making these videos, and hopefully I'm getting better at making these videos. I don't know. Maybe you can let me know that in the comments too. Anyways, so that's it for tonight. Have a good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye. Just a quick thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little look at Miss Mika here, sleeping on the couch. Look how cute she is, having a nap, snoring away. What a good dog. Night, sweet Mika.